start now if anyone wants to join. Page 14 or 46. Yedid nefesh avarachaman mishoch avdach el ritzonach yarut avdach kemo El mol hadarach yerav lo yedidutach min ofetzu v'chol zahab Adonai nafshi chol adavatach ana el narefanala beharolano azivach azid chazeh v'tidrapeh v'hayetalach shivchat olam v'tigemu rachamecha v'chuzna Maherahov Kivamoed Vechoneini Negime Page 15 or 49. Lechun Iranin al Adonai Nari al Zuri Shenu Nekad Mafanav Vetoda Bizmiro Nari alo 40 shana good bedor v'omaram toye levavem v'hem lo yadu neracha asher nishbati be'avim yavon el menuchati shiru l'Adonai shir chada shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz shiru l'Adonai baruchu shemo v'asu miyom liyom yeshuato zabru b'goyim kevodo v'chol ha'amim nifleotav ki gadol Adonai u'molal me'od norahu al kol Elohim kol Elohei ha'amim elilim v'Adonai shamayim asahod v'hadar lefanav v'tiferet v'mikdasho avul Adonai mishpechot damim avul Adonai kavod ma'oz avul Adonai kevod shemo Se'u mincha u'ba'ol chazrotav zachavu l'Adonai leharat kodel chilu mipanav kol haaretz zimru hagoyim Adonai malach haftigon tevel v'ahal b'mod yadin amim b'meisharim yismechu hashamayim v'tagel haaretz yiramaya lo yalo sadai v'chol asher bo az yiranenu kol hatzeyar lifnei Adonai kiva lishmot haaretz yishpot tevel v'tzedek v'amim v'emunato Adonai Malach, Tagel Haaretz, page 17 or 51. Or Zarul Tzadik V'Yisrael Simcha Simchu Tzadikim B'Adonai V'Yodu L'Zecher Kodsho 18 or 98 Mizmor Shiru L'Adonai Shir Chadash Ki Nifla Hod Asa Hoshia Lo Yemino Huzro Hodia Adonai Yeshuato Lehene Hagoyim Gilatid Gato Zachar Chasdo Ve'emunato Levei Yisrael Rahu Kol Haaretz Et Yeshurot Eloheinu Hariyu L'Adonai Kol Haaretz V'tzchu Heranenu V'zameru V'zamru L'Adonai V'chinor V'kol Zimra V'chatzos V'or V'kol Shofar Hariyu Lifnei HaMelech Adonai Yiram Hayamum Laho Tevel V'yosh V'vayim יחד הרים ירננו לפני אדוני קיבה לשפוט הארץ ישפוט תמם וצדק אויבים בני שרים Yoshev Krubim Tanu Daret. Moshe Aaron Begoana Bushmuel Begore Shimo Korim El Adonai Vehu Yanem Be'amud Anan Yedaber Aleim Shamru Edotam Echog Natan Lamo Adonai Eloheinu Hatanidam El Nosei Eidolahem V'nokem Alalilotam Ramamu Adonai Eloheinu V'ishtachavu Le'ar Kodsho Ki Gadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Please rise. Mizmor LeDavid. Havul Adonai Be'elim. Havul Adonai. Kavod Ba'ol. Hey, hey, hey. Havul Adonai. Shemo yishtachavu l'Adonai v'harat kodesh kol Adonai al hamayim el hakavod hirim Adonai al mayim rabim kol Adonai b'koach Kol Adonai v'hadar Kol Adonai shober harasim V'yishaber Adonai et arzei halbanon V'yarkidem kemo egel Lebanon B'sirion kemo venerem Kol Adonai chotzev lavodesh Kol Adonai yachil midbar Yachil Adonai midbar kadesh Kol Adonai cholel hayalot Vayechesov yeharot Ovechalot Kulo omer kavod Ay 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 Adonai lama bol yashava yeshev Adonai melech leolam Adonai ozer le'amo yiten Adonai yevarech ramo v'shalom Ay 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 You may be seated. Hanna bekoach bekoach gedulat yemincha yemincha datir serura kabe Lecha Zagavenu Darenu Nora Hanna Beko Agdula Yemincha Tatir Zerura Tatir Zerura Kaverina Rina Ramecha Zagavenu Darenu Nora Hai Amba Hai Oh Hai Yada Hai 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 Yada Hai 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 Yada Hai Hai Abba Hai 2150 says Lecha dodi ligrat gala b'nei Shabbat negavela Lecha dodi ligrat gala b'nei Shabbat negavela Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad Hishmianu el hamyuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad L'shem ol tiferet v'letila Lecha dodi ligrat gala b'nei Shabbat negavela Lecha dodi ligrat gala b'nei Shabbat nekabela likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki mekor haberacha meirosh mikedem nesucha sof mahaseh b'machshava techila lecha dodi likrat gala b'nei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi ligrat gala b'nei Shabbat nekabela migdash melech ir melucha gumitehi mitoch ha'afecha rav lach shevet b'emek ha'bacha vehu yachamu alaychem la lecha dodi ligrat gala b'nei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi ligrat gala b'nei Shabbat nekabela hidnari me'afar kumi lishi bigdei tivartecha mi haliyad v'nishai beit halachmi kor v'hel nafshi gehala lecha dodi ligrat gala b'nei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi ligrat gala b'nei Shabbat nekabela hitoreri kiva horechu mi hori shir dameri gevod Adonai halayich nigla lecha dodi ligrat gala b'nei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi ligrat gala b'nei Shabbat nekabela lo teboshi v'lo tigalmi ma tishochachi u'mademi b'yechesu anyami v'nibneta hirati la lecha dodi ayayay ligrat gala ayayay b'nei Shabbat kabela hayulim shisa shosai v'rachaku kol mevalayich yasis alayich Elohayim sos chatan al kala aholech adodi hayay legrad kala hayay penei Shabbat nekabela hayay aminus hol tifrozi veyet Adonai taritzi al yadish ben barzi ben ismecha ben agila lecha dodi hayay legrad kala hayay benei Shabbat nekabela boi v'shalom ateret bala gam v'simcha u'v'tzola toch emunei hamsegula boi chala lecha dodi hayay lecha kala hayay benei Shabbat nekabela You may be seated, page 23 or 59. Mizmor Shir Yom HaShabbat. Sadikata Hamar Yifrach Kerez Balvanon Yizgashetulim Beved Adonai Bechatzrot Eloheinu Yafrichu Od Yenuvon Beseva Neshenim Verananim Yehu Lehagid Yashar Adonai Zuri V'Lav Latavo. Page 2461. Adonai Malach Yud Lavesh Lavesh Mikolod Mayim Rabim Adirim Mishbereyam Mikolod Mayim Rabim Adirim Hi, dear Bamarom. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, dear Bamarom. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, dear Bamarom. Adon. Eido Techanim Road. Leved Chana Bakodesh. Adonai Leorech Yamim. This week we observed the Yartzeitin of Goldie Smith, mother-in-law of Doris Pat Smith, Malky Steinberg, grandmother of Florence Grossman, Irving Geller, father of Ed Geller, Dina Ehrenreich, mother of Zachary Ehrenreich, Olivia Passarelli, mother-in-law of Jonathan Casper, Elias Kinney, grandfather of Daniel Gretz, Irene Silver, mother of Pat Levinson, Joseph Glansberg, grandfather of Maurice Owen Machine, Abraham Haft, father of David Haft, and also Claire Kaplan, Max Lowenthal, and Rose Yankowitz, who are memorialized on our board. May their memories, the memories of all those whom we recall, be blessings. Mourner's Kaddish is on page 62 or 24. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra kirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, Bagalau vizman kari vimru amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach leolam ulamei el maya. Yitbarach v'ishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitale v'yitalal shmei d'kudsha b'richu. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shalama Rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom imromav u'yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Good Shabbos, everyone. Good Shabbos. I don't know what happened to my voice. It's so nice to see all of you. Anyways, though, I'm going to share a really, really beautiful teaching from Noam Elimelech of Lezensk, who was a very early Hasidic Rebbe. And the parsha opens this week, Vayishlach Yaakov Melachim Lefanav El Esav Achiv. Yaakov sent Melachim, which literally means messengers, to his brother Jacob, to his brother Esau, who's coming at him with 400 men. And he's scared because he doesn't know what his brother wants, and the last time he saw his brother, he was trying to kill him. And Elimelech reads this verse, and he says a couple of things, and I'll ask that you just sort of hang with me and just accept what he's saying. Because where he gets is beautiful, even if some of his readings are a bit of a stretch. The first thing he says is that Melachim really means words, which is sort of plausible. I mean, he sent him a message. But he says really what Melachim is Yaakov found some words for his brother. Found some new words for his brother. That's the first thing he said. Second thing he says is, he brings his midrash about what happened just before this. So just before Yaakov sends these melachim, or these words, to his brother, he's had a fight with this Ish. He's been left alone, and this mysterious figure or being wrestles with him until dawn, and they wrestle one another till a stalemate. And finally, the being that he's with, apparently afraid of the dawn, says, "Let me go." And Yaakov says, "I won't let you go till you bless me." And he gives them a blessing. And there's a remarkable midrash that appears in the Gemara about who this Ish was, who this person was that he's wrestling with. There's lots of midrashim about it. But the one I want to share is one that appears in the Gemara two nameless sages. One said that Yaakov thought he was fighting with a chacham, like a wise rabbi. One of them thought that he saw this being and thought, oh, it's this amazing rabbi that I'm wrestling with. And the other one thought he was restless, saw this guy and thought he was wrestling with his enemy, with an idolater, basically. And there's two different opinions about what Yaakov saw and how he imagined the person that he was fighting with. And so then Elimelech brings that midrash too. So he's got two ideas working. The first idea is that Yaakov sent words to his brother. The second idea is that we're not sure what Yaakov saw, or maybe he saw two things at once. He saw Chacham, a friend, and he saw an idolater, an enemy. Okay. The third idea that he gets working, and this is where I think he takes a very beautiful turn. He asks, seemingly out of nowhere, why is it that the prayers of righteous people are answered? Right? Righteous people could pray for the sick, or they could pray for something that's going wrong, and sometimes their prayers are answered. And it's a problem, it's a theological problem, or at least he presents it as such, because he says, well, doesn't that mean that actually God or divinity decreed something, and here it is, the person should say something, it should change. And doesn't that make God somewhat less perfect, or less eternal, or something like that? And then he says something really amazing. And he brings a verse. And he says the reason why the prayers of tzaddikim, and he's going to present Yaakov as a paradigmatic tzaddik, a paradigmatic righteous person. Whether or not that's in keeping with Yaakov's character, I don't know. But that's how he's going to present him. And he brings one more verse from Psalms, which is Tzrufayim ratecha me'od ve'avdecha aheva, which means literally, your words are very pure. Your words are very pure. These words that he's sending are very pure. And your service, avadecha aheva, your service is beloved. That's what the verse means in Psalms. But that first word, seruf, which means pure probably, is related to the word letzaref, which means to smelt. And it also means, at least in Kabbalistic literature, tziruf otiot means to combine letters. And the Kabbalists think that combining letters in new ways is something of extraordinary power. It's extraordinary, nothing more important you could do than combining letters in new ways. So we got all of these ideas. We got this idea that Yaakov is sending letters, sending words to his brother. We've got this idea that Yaakov, when he's wrestling, is wrestling both a friend and an enemy. And we have this idea that when it's that at tzaddik, that there's something related to love. That a tzaddik's work is beloved. Okay? And here's where all of this is a wind-up to what is, I think, a really extraordinary and very important teaching that Elimelech brings down, which is that he doesn't read Avdecha Aheva, which means your service is beloved. He reads Ve'avdecha Ahava, your service is loving. Your service is loving. And he goes on to say that when a tzaddik really does his or her work, that work is loving the world lavishly. And it's not a problem because the tzaddik is not changing God's will. No. What God does, says Elimelech, is create these letters, which can be combined in a variety of different ways, in infinite ways. What God basically does is present the world and people with the opportunity to communicate with one another, the opportunity to send words to one another, the opportunity to send messages to one another. And what a tzaddik can do, which nobody else can do, is that tzaddik can combine those letters in infinite ways. And therefore, through this act of generous loving, create new possibilities in the world and create new kinds of relationships in the world and rebuild the relationship with his brother who he's worried is coming at him to kill him, and to avert maybe that awful battle that is coming. I think it's an extraordinary teaching. That the power to recreate language and that the power to shape our traditions and that the power to communicate with one another in infinite ways is actually fired. The fuel is our ability to love. And it's only some tzaddikim who can fight bitterly with someone all night long and wake up in the morning and feel two things. One, that the person was a great chacham, a great potential friend, and one, that the person was an idolater, a great potential enemy. And the tzaddik can hold both of those things, Elimelech is saying. The fact that sometimes I fight my enemies, and the fact that every enemy I fight is at least potentially a friend, and at least potentially worthy of my love. Only a real tzaddik can hold those two things. And that is the key to making these infinite letter combinations through which extraordinary things can happen and through which healing can happen. We are not all such tzaddikim. I think actually there are very, very few such tzaddikim in the world who can really hold those things at once, can hold the fact that we have friends in the world and we have enemies in the world. We have people that we want to hug, and we have people that we have to fight. But somehow maintain an awareness that all of them are worthy of this capacious love. Those tzaddikim in the world are in very, very short supply. I don't know if I know any of them. But I think that the world can use them. And I hope, through this Shabbos, through the many Shabbatot to come, that we look out for those kinds of tzaddikim, who can maintain that awareness that Yaakov, at least in the mind of Elimelech, maintained, even through that bitter fight. That there's an aspect of what he's fighting as a chacham and an aspect of what he's fighting as an enemy. We'll continue in just a moment with Baruch Hu on page 28 or 64. Please rise. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai Umavir Adonai Tzvaot Shemo El Chai V'Kayam Tayunach Aleinu Le'olam Va'ed Baruch Atah Adonai Hamori Barabim Avat Olam V'Yisrael V'Avatecha Al Tasir Mimenu Le'olamim Baruch Atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael 30 or 66 Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad V'ahavta hate Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele Asher Anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'beitecha u'v'lechtecha b'derech u'b'shochbecha u'b'kumecha u'kshartam leot al yadecha v'ayu letotafot b'neinecha וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך והיה עם שמות ישמעו אשר לכי בטבעם. זה אוויר ראשון. Adonai Elohim Emet 32 or 70 Umalchuto biratzon kiblu alehem Moshe u'Miriam u'bnei Yisrael lechanu shira v'simcha raba v'amiru chulam Amiga mocha ba'elim Adonai Amiga mocha nedar ba'kodesh Noratehi lodo sefer Malchutecha ra'u banecha Bogeyam livnei Moshe Zehelianu yamiru וגלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גל ישראל השכיבנו אדוני עלינו ושמור צאתנו בואנו לחיים ולשלום אתה ביד עולם ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ברוך אתה אדוני הבורא סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים please rise 3474 ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריד עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל עוד תהיה לעולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת וינפש יתגדל ויקדש מרבה ועמד יברא כנותי וימליך מלכותי לך יכול וביום יכול ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בגלה ובזמן Zman Kariv Imru Amen Yehi Shmei Rabba Mivorach Le'olam Ulam E'alam Hayam Yibarach Vishtabach Vibrav Drag Vinaseh Vitadar Vitale Vitala Shmei Dekutsha Brechu Le'elam Min Kol Yochana V'shirata Tush Bechata V'nechemata Damiran Me'alma V'imro Amen. Silent Amidah is page 35 or 76. Page 47 or 89. Vayechulu hashamayim v'haaretz v'chol tzivam vayichal Elohim bayom hashvi melachto asher asa vayishbot bayom hashvi migol melachto asher asa vayivarech Elohim et yom hashvi vayikadesh oto ki bo shabbat mikol melachto asher bara Elohim lasod. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avodeinu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor VeHanora El Elyon Konei Shamayim Ve'aretz Magin Avod B'idbaro Mechayim Eitim B'mamaro Ha'el HaGadosh She'en Kamohu Hameniach Lemo B'yom Shabbat Kodsho Ki V'amratza Laniach Lahem לפניו נעבוד ביראה ופחד ונודה לשמו בכל יום תמיד מעון הברכות אל ההודעות אדון השלום מקדש השבת ומבורך שבי ומניח בקדושה לעמד ושני עונג זכר למעשה בראשית אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו רצה במנוחתנו קדשנו במצוותיך ותן חלקנו בתורתך סבנו מטובך ושמחנו בישועתך ודר ליבנו לעובדך באמת והנחילנו אדוני אלוהינו באהבה ורצון שבת קודשך וינוחו בישראל מקדשי שמך ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת יגדע ויגדע שמי רבה ועמד יברא כי נרדי וימליך מלכותי בחיי חום יום יחון בחיי לכו בישראל והגלו הזמן קריב אמרו אמן יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיים יתברך וישבח ויברא ויתרומם וינשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה שמי דקודשה בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תשבחתה ונחמתה דמירם בעלמא ואמרו אמן תקבל צורו ונון לכל ישראל קוראים ישמעיה ואמרו אמן יש שלום מן שמעיה וחיים עלינו ולכל ישראל ואמרו אמן עושה שלום במרומיו והוא יעשה שלום עלינו ולכל ישראל ואמרו אמן page 51 or 98 עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה שלא שם חלקנו כהם וגורלנו ככל המונם ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא של שמיים ויעשה מה שמקבל בשממו ומלחמה על כן נקבל לך כתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. Mourner's Kaddish, Shemo Echad. Mourner's Kaddish is page 52 or 101. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divra kirutei, v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, b'agalau v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam u'lamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudsha b'richu leila min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'imromav hu yaseh shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Good Shabbos again, everyone. Thank you so much to Emily for helping put together First Friday. Please join us for dinner in a second. We'll make Kiddush. Kiddush this week is sponsored by Barbara Saunders Adams in honor of the Yartzeitin of her parents, Selma and Emmanuel Saunders. We're always looking for sponsors. Please contact Andrea about that. Rothberg. Adult Ed continues Tuesday 4:30 to 6 p.m. and lunch and learn here at the PJC, and lunch and learn Wednesdays at noon over Zoom. The Israel trip is July 1st through 9th. We're still really trying to get more people to come. 33 so far and hopefully growing. Please contact Adam Gerber about that. It's July 1st through 9th, 2024. The Hanukkah party is December 10th from 4:30 to 6 p.m. Thank you again to Emily for doing that. It's going to be really exciting, and crafts and games and music and a dreidel tournament. So please, there's a flyer on the table. Please come to that. And finally, the next book club meeting is Sunday, January 7th, 11 a.m. on Zoom. They are reading Perfect Enemy, which is a suspenseful thriller that is also relevant to our times. It poses uncomfortable questions about Jewish trauma and revenge, the desire for peace, the failure of our leadership, and religious extremism. So that's a lot, and it's a suspenseful thriller. So check it out. What's that? With the author. Oh, that's so cool. Alex Sinclair is the author of that. So, we're making Kiddush right here and right now, I guess. All right, so we'll sing Yigdal, and then we'll make Kiddush, and then after Kiddush we'll go out and you can wash and make motzi if you want by yourself, and we can eat dinner. Page 53 or 114. Yigdal Elohim chai ve'yishtabach nimtza ve'hein eid el metziuto echad ve'hein yachid yechudo ne'lam ve'gam ein sof le'achduto hein lo haguf ve'hein haguf lo na'aroch elav kedushato kadmon lechol davar asher nivra rishon ve'hein reishit le'reishito hino Adon Olam Bechol Notzar Yorei Gedulato Malchuto Shafa Nevuato Netano El Anshe Segulato Betifarto Lokam BeYisrael Kemoshe Od Navi Umabid Et Munato Torah Zemet Natan Le'amoel Alya Nevionem An Beito Lo Ya Khalifa El Velo Yamir Dato Ele Olamim Ele Zulato Sofe Veyodea Setarenu Mabile Soktavar Vekadmato Gomele Ish Chesed Gimi Palo Noten Rashara Kirishato Yishlach Leketya Mimeshichenu לפדות מחקק את ישועתו, מתים יחייל ברוב חסדו, ברוך עדי עד שם תהילתו, מתים יחייל ברוב חסדו, ברוך עדי עד שם תהילתו. סברים. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshon mitzvotav v'ratza banu v'shavat kodsho b'aretz michilanu zikaron l'maaseh bereshit ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh zecher letziad mitzrayim kivanu b'charta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabat kodshecha b'ahava u'baratzon inchaltanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha'shabbat. Shabbos, everyone. Can you go make motzi out there?
People just put outside, go in, and get in the electric tomorrow.
Yes.
Enjoyed our chat. Always. I reached out to Jack.
You did?
He says yes.
I know he says yes. Like me, he says yes.
Well, I emailed him back. I said, we're going to have a date.
His voice says yes.
That's the thing.
Can you say something? She was on the phone. that.